Lord Jesus, we thank you for each of these priests who are sitting here in your presence.
Panie Jezu, dziękujemy Ci teraz za tych wszystkich kapłanów, którzy w Twojej obecności są tutaj przed Tobą.
And we pray today, Lord, that you increase their faith.
I prosimy Cię, Panie, dzisiaj, abyś teraz
Lord, take away any
umocnił ich
fear.
wiarę. Panie Jezu, zabierz wszelki rodzaj lęku.
Remove any doubts from them.
Panie, zabierz im wszelkie wątpliwości.
Jesus, anoint them with your Holy Spirit.
Panie Jezu, namaść ich swoim Duchem Świętym.
Lord, you told them, ask me.
Panie Jezu, Ty mówisz do nich,
We
proście
ask
mnie.
for them today, Lord,
Prosimy Cię, Panie, dzisiaj za
that
nich,
you would renew their faith
abyś Ty odnowił ich wiarę
in you, Jesus,
w Ciebie, Jezu,
and in your priesthood, which they share.
i w Twoje kapłaństwo.
Well, the first thing I would say is that, you know, the vow of celibacy, if you like to call it, is a charism. It's a gift. And the beautiful thing about celibacy is that the Lord, because it's so, just like marriage is a beautiful sacrament, it's a beautiful gift. The sacrament of marriage is so sacred. The union of a husband and wife is so sacred that God gave it in the context of a sacrament. But I give the definition of celibacy is that Jesus looked at you as a young man and he saw it like the rich young man. He sees something beautiful in you. He sees a beauty in you. And he asks you, will you follow me? Now, in asking you to follow him, he asks you for the most precious gift that makes you and me, male and female. And that is, will you surrender, will you offer me your human sexuality, your potential of, you know, being father, of marriage. Not because I want to take it away from you, because I want to consecrate your sexuality for my kingdom and give it back to you with a power to give new life. And to me, when a man or woman consecrates their life as a celibate, that at the same time they're given a great charism. You have to take, and then the Lord will empower you with the tremendous grace. Now, as Pope John Paul said in his first encyclical, first letter to priests, he said, it doesn't mean that because I give my life to the Lord because he called me, I would love to be a mother, I would love to have had children, but God called me to consecrate my womanhood so that I could have a different kind of motherhood, Now, that doesn't take away the natural, normal instincts, attractions to the opposite sex. All of that is healthy. And see, the very big mistake we have made in the past was that somebody put it very well, God protect me from consecrated refrigerators. Because, you know, as a celibate, we embrace celibacy. Why? We embrace love to be love for Christ. You're not giving Jesus your manhood because it's bad or dirty. You're giving for the very opposite reason, because it's beautiful. It's the most sacred, it's the most delicate and most precious link in the fibre of your manhood. And you're saying, Lord, I'm giving it to you so that you may consecrate it for the work of your kingdom. And the Lord takes it and then he says, and I'm giving it back to you now with a new power. And it's not in one time, it's every day. And the Pope said, when you, as a young cleric, once you made your vows, you know, it's interesting that, and he said it so clearly, he said, you will be put to the test because down the road you'll meet maybe some nice young woman and you'll be very attracted to her. And priests have fallen in love. Priests have gone through, and he said, through struggles. But he said, that is the test of the genuineness of this call. If you're willing, and many priests have fallen, there's nothing wrong, as an old priest once said, I gave a retreat with, that a young priest came to him in Washington, D.C., and he said to him, Father, something terrible happened to me. And the priest, he was a Trappist monk, and very bland, and he says, what happened to you? He said, I'm in love. He said, that's beautiful. He said, you don't understand, Father, I'm in love. With a woman? Yes, with a woman, I'm in love. He said, that's beautiful. He said, but Father, you don't understand, I'm leaving to get married. He said, that's disastrous. And then he looked at him and he said, whatever made you think that the bishop's hands laid upon you was going to free you from the normal sexual attraction? He said, you know something? That isn't love. What you're going through is an emotional attraction. He said, wait, calm down. And he told that the priest was shocked. And he said, if only we would understand that celibacy doesn't take away the normal, natural, but what it does, it is a tremendous prophetic sign in the Catholic Church, in the Church. It's a tremendous prophetic sign today, because everybody thinks that you can't live without sex. You can't live, you know, this is the age of just do what you want. And what the Lord is doing, many beautiful young people are embracing celibacy today and are radiant. Why? Because there's an inner freedom. But I would say to any young man or woman, you know, if you love the Lord, and the Lord invites you to consecrate your sexuality. I can tell you, I'm 52 years, and I went in when I was young. And was I ever in love? No, but I've had many men in my life since then. But I have a tremendous gratitude, and I always prayed for the charism. Because having a charism of celibacy means that you can have a tremendous relationship with men and women. You can love everybody. So there you are, there's a teaching on celibacy.
Thank you very much.
Okay.